Mandy from Exquisite Floral. Hi guys. Tonight we're going to talk about making poinsettias. Now we did the video on how to do the roses earlier this week. And I did that so I could show you how you could do something like this using these ribbon flowers. The great thing about these ribbon flowers is they don't take up a lot of ribbon. Even if you have some ribbon left over in a drawer, it only takes 1.5 yards. The poinsettia is about 1 yard depending on the size that you want, and that's a great thing about these. You can make them small, you can make them big, you can pretty much do whatever you want to make them fit into your decor for the Christmas holidays. So this is what we've come up with for a design, and I think it's really great. It's versatile for basically anywhere in your home, and I'm going to show you tonight how to make these poinsettias. So I'm going to put this aside. For this project, you're going to need scissors, wire cutters, taped wires. Don't forget to tape your wires, everyone. It's very important. And ribbon of your choice. Now, we're using a number 40 ribbon. You can use smaller ribbon as well if you want, but the number 40 makes the nicest ones. And depending on how you cut them, that'll determine the size. But I have 2 different ribbons, so I have the red and I have the burlap as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down strips, and I'm going to do a smaller sized one. And I'm going to cut 5 the same length. Let's put it on top of the other one. That's 2. 3. I really like these because there's lots that you can do with them. And there's lots of different ribbons that you can use. You don't have to have the same on both sides. If it's not the same on both sides, you just put the tie on it the opposite way and then pull it, and then you don't see the one side. 4, and one more is 5. So there's our 5 pieces. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to line them up. The best that you can. And then we're going to cut a point. On each end. Those to the side. Now don't worry if they're not exactly the perfect points. You can go back in and give them a little trim if you have to. That's the great thing about these, they're very forgiving. And then you're going to take each one, you're going to fold it in half, like so. And remember when you used to fold airplanes, the fun of that? Well, we're kind of going to do that, but we're not going to make it fly. So you're going to fold it down, like so, on one side, and then fold it down again on the other side, so that you end up with that. And then you're going to do all the other 4 the exact same way. Now it does take a little bit of talent because you got to hold it in one hand and fold it with the other hand. So if you have somebody that can help you do this, and then you stack them on top of each other and pinch them together like so. And you just keep going. So if you have somebody at home that can help you with this, just doing this folding so that you don't have to try to do it awkwardly, because it is a little bit awkward when you first start doing this, that'd be great. Maybe you have a child, an older child that can help you. So there's my 5 all lined up and pinched between my fingers. So then I'm going to take a wire and we're going to cut it because we're not going to need that much length. And then we're going to wrap the wire around. And we're going to pull and we're going to twist. And then you're going to spread out the petals on your poinsettia. There's your poinsettia. Now you can just stop there if you wanted, or you can add another one on top, or you can do like we did on these ones and put the button in the middle. There's other things you could put berries in the middle as well, depending on what you wanted to do. You can put twine in the middle and then put the berries on top just to give it a little bit of an accent. I'll have a picture on the video to show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you how to do a smaller one that's going to go on top of there now. And we're going to use this red to give it a punch because it's nice and sparkly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this a lot smaller than we did these ones so that we have it going in the middle here. So we're going to make them quite small. And we're going to do our 5 again. I'm not giving you an exact measurement. If you want them perfect, you can measure every single one of them out. Being a creative person, I tend not to measure anything. I don't measure the ingredients when I bake stuff, and it all turns out good. And I tend not to measure this stuff because I want it to be unique and creative, and I want it to be the way I want it. So if you want them perfectly perfect, go ahead, measure them out, and make the perfect measurements so you get the perfect one every single time. I like the kind of uniqueness of them each having their own look. In nature, everything has its own look, so I figure that's perfect. One more. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut our little tips here. Make sure you have good sharp scissors. Our scissors tend not to be as sharp as they should be because we are cutting wires continuously with them, which you really shouldn't do. You can see already we have a much smaller medium to work with. And then we're just going to go in and do the same thing that we did with the last ones. We're going to fold and then fold them back like an airplane. And you can see on this one there's one shinier side than the other side. But it's still going to give us some nice texture. It's still going to give us a pretty look for on top of this other poinsettia. And we just keep going. These are great to put in your Christmas tree as an accent. We have put some in our unicorn tree. So we cut a wire, and we're just going to put the wire around it. And we're going to pull and twist. And there we have our little poinsettia. It's quite cute. And we're going to put that one on top of this one. So we're going to find where we put our wire, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through the same area, the same middle part. Just going to give it a good push. And we're going to twist it around. to secure it. And there you have your double poinsettia. And like I said, you can put something in the middle to cover up that middle work, just to give you a nice little accent. I did the buttons because they're antique buttons that my grandmothers had collected, and they were just kind of sitting in a box downstairs, so we thought we would use those up. But the possibilities are endless as long as you have some creative imagination. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.